Good morning and welcome to those of you who have just joined us, and thank you for joining us today for our Making a College Application Couch to College session. Today's session will explain how you can apply to study at the Manchester College and is going to be presented by Joe from our School Liaison team and Claire, who's a member of our administration team. Throughout the session, please feel free to use the Q&A box to the right of your screen and ask any questions you may have, and we'll do our best to answer them all at the end of the session. I'll now pass you across to Joe and Claire to get the session started.
Thank you very much, Christian. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us on Making a College Application here at the Manchester College. Just before we introduce ourselves properly, just a few facts that you may already be aware of. We are a good provider rated by Ofsted, and we're the #1 college in Greater Manchester for the second year running. A lot of you may know that as well, for achievement. Okay, so just a quick introduction. So that's me on the left, Joe Islam. I'm one of the school liaison coordinators at the Manchester College. There's 6 of us in total. So what my job requires me to do is work with schools all across Greater Manchester and supporting young people with their post-16 options. So that could be anything from interview skills, labour market information, apprenticeship, any general information, advice and guidance. I provide that with schools and young people like yourselves. Okay, so I've been working at the college for just over 2 years now. I'm based at the Openshaw campus, which is near Etihad Stadium. That's one of our main hubs. A lot of our courses are offered there. One of the few of the things I really like about working at the college is it's very inclusive. We're one of the biggest colleges in the UK. So we have people from all over Greater Manchester, all backgrounds, all abilities come and study with us. So we have a range of courses from level 3, level 2, level 1. We also offer apprenticeships through our Total People partner. So we have something for everyone. It's very inclusive, and also the people are amazing, and that's one of the few things I really love about working for the college. So that's a quick introduction from myself. I'll now pass it over to Claire, just to give a quick introduction on herself.
Hi, I'm Claire Pearce. I work for the admin services team, and I've been with the college for about 14 years now. I'm normally based out of Wythenshawe campus, but working from home at the moment, like everybody else. Okay, back to Joe.
Thank you very much, Claire. So, the purpose of this session is so that you can learn about our new online application portal, how to make sure it's successful so there's no errors, and you'll also learn about how we will keep in touch with you. So what do we send out to yourselves via email? How can you accept offers? You'll get to learn all that step by step. We'll also cover some of the frequently asked questions that we get from young people all across Greater Manchester, different schools. We'll also talk to you a bit about our benefits, and if you need to get in touch with us, who to contact and who to call. So I'm now going to play a video which is pre-recorded, done by myself. It's a step-by-step guide on how to use the application form. So I'll play that now for you. Please pay attention and just follow the steps that I go through. Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's Joe here from the Schools Liaison team at the Manchester College. I will now give you a quick demonstration on how to use the application portal. So as you can see here, we have a blank browser open. So on the address bar, I will type in the Manchester College website, so which is tmc.ac.uk, and it will take us straight to our homepage. So this is our homepage, as you can see. So to make it relevant to myself, I'm going to find the course I'm looking for and make it more specific to myself. So I'm going to pretend I'm a school leaver. So I'm going to select 16 to 18. If you are 19 or above, you can select adults and it will pick up all the adult courses as well. So I'm going to select 16 to 18 because I'm going to pretend I'm a school leaver. I'm going to look for a course in business. Okay, so business, and go and find your course. So once I click on that, it will bring up all the different courses within the business department and all the different campuses. So all the way from level 1 to level 2 to level 3. So I'm looking for a level 3 course. So this one here, Business Venture with Entrepreneurship, is offered at 4 different campuses, and I'm looking for Openshaw campus. It's 16 to 18 and it's a level 3 course. So this is most ideal for me. So I'll click on that and we can get some more information. For example, overview. It'll tell us what the topics will be studied. and a bit more on entry requirements and how it will be assessed. Okay. So this is the course I want to do. It's a level 3 course. It's a school leaver course. There's a green icon here that says apply now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on apply now. And it's asking me to confirm which campus. So the most ideal campus for myself is Openshaw. So I will select that. And it will then take me onto this page. So it's asking for a username and password. I obviously don't have that yet. I've not created an account. So what you have to do is you have to create an account. So if I click on that, it will take me on to this page. So it's asking for some basic details. For example, my first name, surname, email address, date of birth. Where it has a star in certain places, you definitely have to fill these out. There's no way around it, or else it won't let you progress onto the next page. So I'm going to start off by filling it in. So my first name, Joe, my surname, Islam, my date of birth. I'll make up this date of birth, but please make sure you enter your actual date of birth, okay? It needs to be accurate. So I'm making this up like I said, so 01/01/2003. So my email address, and when you do enter your email address, please try and make sure it's a personal one. Reason being is if it's a school one, sometimes you might have limited access if you were to leave school. So it's always best to put a personal one so you can access it at any time. So I'm going to put my work email address in. I'm going to slightly edit it a bit. So islamj2020@tmc.ac.uk. Okay. And title, I'm going to put Mr. Mobile number, I'm making this up, but please make sure you put your actual mobile number in. If you don't have one, you can put your carers or your parents or whoever looks after you, just so if we need to contact you, we actually can as well. So like I said, I'm making this up, but please make sure you put your actual mobile number in, okay? And then it's asking for a password. As you can see here, I need to create a password. So please read quickly what it's asking for. So it has to be a minimum of 9 or more characters, a combination of upper and lowercase characters, and at least one number, okay? So I'm going to make sure I fill all that in. So I'm going to start off with a capital, and then I'm going to put a few numbers in, just to make sure I've ticked the box. And then I will go and register, so this icon here. Okay, so as you can see here, it has now successfully created my account. So my username is IslamJ2020. So it's the first part of your email address without the @ So that's the easiest way to identify your username. So I'm going to close that down. And it's asking for an emergency contact. If you could fill all this in, please. I won't fill this in now because we're quite short on time. I'll leave that out. And address. So it's asking for my address here. So I'll put in the Openshaw postcode, which is M11 to WH, and if I go on find, it will pick up the Manchester College. So as you can see here, it's picked up the Manchester College. Because it's picked up the slightly older address, I'm going to change it to Manchester College, okay? I'm just going to leave it as that. So when you type in your postcode, it will pick up all the door numbers within your street. So you have to find the right door number, which is relevant to yourself, okay? So if I have a home telephone number, I'd put it in here. So if you don't have one, you can tick this box here. I have no home phone number. So I'm just going to double check before I go on to the next page. I've filled in everything. Yeah, emergency contact details, like I said, is really important. So if you could fill that out, it saves you from filling in at a later stage. I've got all my address. I can go on this icon now, continue, which takes me over to the next page. Okay, so now it's asking me for my nationality. So if you were born in the UK, you can just put United Kingdom. If you've not been in the country for 3 years, or you've not been an EU resident for 3 years, please do tick this box here. It's asking for my ethnic background as well. So I'm just going to put Asian, Bangladeshi. Okay, this box here as well, if it's relevant to yourself, please do tick it. And here, this is important. So this is your school details. It's really important that you put your accurate school in. Some of the schools have similar names, so please make sure you put the right one in. If you are from a school outside of the UK or outside of Greater Manchester, you can select a different box. I'm just going to show you an example now. So let's just say I lived in Leeds or Birmingham or London, a different city. I can just put school outside of UK or Greater Manchester. Okay, you can put that down. If it's within Greater Manchester, your school will be picked up. Okay, school outside of UK, if you didn't study in the UK, if you were out of Greater Manchester, again, you can select that as well. Okay. If your school for some reason is not stated, you can also select this here, school not stated. It's very unlikely that it won't be. If it is within Greater Manchester, it will be on there. So I'm just going to pretend I go to a local school. So Manchester Academy, I'll select that. So as you can see, there's a lot of Manchester Academies. I have to make sure it's the right one. I select the right one, Manchester Academy. Here we go. So I've ticked that. And the next section is asking for, do you have a learning difficulty or disability? Okay. So if you don't have one, you can select this. I do not have a learning difficulty or disability. If you do, I have a learning difficulty or disability, select that. So I'm just going to give you an example of how to put one in if you should have one. Okay. So here it's asking for, I have a learning difficulty or disability, and then I can add one here. Okay, so it's added a row. I now have to select what's relevant to my need. Okay, so if it's ADHD, if you've got a visual impairment, if it's dyslexia, or whatever it may be, you can select that. If it's not stated, you can also put that, not stated or not provided. So let's just say you've got dyslexia. I'm going to select that. So that's there now. If you have another one, you can add in another one. So that's added now. So let's just say you've got a visual impairment. You can also select that. And then if you wanted to add another one, you can do also. But just say by mistake you add in an extra one, you can also remove it. So if I press this icon here, remove, it'll remove that. Okay. So we're going to leave it as dyslexia. And these sections here is asking a bit more details. Are you in care? Are you a carer? Or do you need any kind of assistance when coming to a college interview? Or do you have an EHCP plan? Okay. I don't have any of these, so I'll leave that out. I've just got the one need, so dyslexia, and I'll go and continue. It has now taken me over to qualifications. Now, like I said, if it's got a star, it means you definitely have to fill it in. It's not got a star. However, this is really important that we get this information if you've got it handy. Because if you don't put it in, we can't allocate you to the right level of course. And we also need it later on if you were to enroll with us. So I'm going to give a few examples. Let's just say, for example, I've done my GCSE English. So I did it in year 10. I'm now in year 11. And I did my GCSE English in year 10. I got a grade. So I'm going to put subject English. I've already got this. My qualification is GCSE. And my actual grade, I got a grade 9. I worked really hard and I got a grade 9 in year 10. Okay, so that's my actual grade, which I've already got. Year achieved. So let's just say I got it in 2019, which was last year. So I can add qualification. Okay, it's now added. If I scroll down a bit, it's now got my English GCSE. I did it last year, remember? It was in 2019 I achieved it and I got a grade 9. So I've not done my maths and my science yet, so I'm going to add that in now. So I'm now going to add maths. Qualification, it's a GCSE, and it's my predicted grade. So I'm predicted a grade 8 for my maths, okay? It's not my actual grade, it's my predicted grade, which I'm aiming to get for this academic year. So I will be achieving it in 2020, and then I can add qualification. So it has now added my maths and my English. So I'll add in one more GCSE, so my science, okay, qualification, GCSE, okay, it's a double award, and I will put in a grade 9. I'm predicted a grade 9 for my double award science. Remember, it's not my actual grade. I'm predicted to get this in this academic year, and it'll be 2020, okay. Add qualification, and that will be added on the rows below. So I've now got my maths, science and English, my actual grade, remember, is grade 9 in English, which I've got last year. So some of you may have different qualifications. So for example, you might be doing BTECs. You can also add that in. So let's just say you do a BTEC in sport. Qualification, I can put BTEC. Whatever level it is, you can put that down. If it's an award, if it's a certificate, and whatever level it is, you can put that down. So it's an award, level 2 that I'm doing in sport. My predicted grade is a distinction. If it's a merit or pass, please put that down. Year achieved, so 2020, I'll be getting it in this academic year, and I'll add in that qualification. So as you can see now, I've got some of my grades that I added. So I've got maths, science, sport, and English. So some of the qualifications I've already got. Some of them I'm predicted to get certain grades. Some of them are not even GCSEs. So how many GCSEs you're ever doing, you can put that down, okay? You can constantly add qualification and add them all in. So I'll now go and continue. It's asking for any evidence type. So this is the section where you can upload a personal statement if you've got any exam results. So for example, I've got my GCSE in English. I can upload this so that it's evidence there. You can also put references in, okay? So select what it is and then upload, and then you just browse through your documents and you upload it, okay? So I'll leave that out for now. I don't have anything to upload for you for now. So I'll go and continue. Okay, so it's asking me to tick a few forms just so that I consent that the Manchester College, can contact me for anything and save all my data. So if I go and agree on all 4, and then now it's asking you what's your preference to be contacted. Personally, I don't mind being contacted by email, by post, by text message, by telephone. I'm open to any. Whatever is most convenient for you, you can tick that. That's fine. So I'm going to select all of them and I'll go and continue. Okay, so it's now asking me to confirm all my details. So I'm just going to double check my name, my surname, my date of birth, my email address, my mobile number, and then I'm also going to double check all my address details. So if the college was to send me anything out, they can send it to the right address. Okay, and it's also got my additional needs. So I've got dyslexia, I need some support with this, that's on there. If anything is wrong, you can tick on this edit section here, this icon, and you can change things around. And my qualifications, I'm just going to double check that. Just want to re-emphasize, it's very important that you work as hard as possible to get the best results you can so that we can put you on the highest level course. Okay, so that's all correct now. And then I can finally, if everything's correct and you're happy, you can go and submit application form. Okay. I've clicked on that now. So as you can see, it's giving me a thank you message for applying, and it's showing the first stage of my application process. So this part is application submitted. So as you progress onto the next stages, you'll get communications via email, which will be shortly shown to you on the next recorded video. And then it will show you how to accept your offer and how to book onto future events, okay? I just want to re-emphasize, it's very important that you accept your offer within the first 8 weeks. The reason being is our admissions team kind of progress it onto it really fast, and they try and get an offer out to you as soon as possible. Bearing in mind you filled in all the correct information that they need. If you don't, for whatever reason, accept the offer in the first 8 weeks or so, that's not a problem. Please don't make another application form because it will cause issues. We'll have all your details saved onto our systems. So if you give our admissions team a call on this number here, so 03333 222 444, you can just give them a call and explain the situation that you didn't get the chance to accept an offer. Can you please reactivate that and accept your offer? Or if it's easier for you, you can also email them at inquiries@tmc.ac.uk. So that's everything from start to finish of the application process. Thank you very much for watching. The next video will show you the communications that you receive. Thank you.
Okay, so that was the first video on how to use our application portal step by step. So this video is pre-recorded also, which was done by Claire. So it'll show you all the different communications that you get set out step by step. So it's only 5 minutes, this one. So I'm going to play that for you now.
Hi, my name's Claire Pearce and I work for Administration Services at Manchester College. We're going to be looking at communication you'll receive throughout the application process. All of our communication is done via email, so it's important that you provide us with a valid email address that you have regular access to in order to stay up to date with your application progress. When you first register on our apply portal, you will receive an email confirming your registration and your username. If for any reason you have registered but have not yet applied, there is a link on the bottom of the email which will take you back to the login screen for the apply portal. This link is in all of the emails you will receive from us. Once you have completed your application, you will receive a confirmation email. At this stage, your application is passed to the administration team for processing. If there are any queries with your application at this point, we will contact you to resolve these. When your application has been processed, an email will be sent out to you offering you a conditional place with the Manchester College. This also specifies the requirements or conditions which need to be met for your chosen course. In this example, you can see that the conditions, there are no formal entry requirements as regards to grades. However, we do ask that the applicant attend an applicant and parent information evening. Once you've reviewed this, you can use the link at the bottom of the page to go back to the apply portal and log in to amend your application. When you log into your apply portal at this point, you'll be greeted with a home page which tells you the application progress. As you can see from this, you're currently at offer made and the system is waiting for you to accept that offer. In order to accept the offer, if you move down to the bottom of the page and click on Accept, this will bring up a new pop-up asking you if you're sure you would like to accept this offer. If you click on Yes, this will return you to the home page and you'll see that your progress has now moved to Offer Accepted and they're waiting for you to book onto one of our events. A list of available events would usually appear in our Next Steps box at the bottom of the page. If you would like to upload any evidence to your application at this point, you can do so by going to the menu at the left-hand side of the page and clicking on Evidence. This will bring up an Upload Evidence screen. Here you can select the type of evidence you are uploading, whether it's exam results, reference, or other evidence you feel may have a bearing on your application. Once you've selected the type, if you click on the Browse button, you'll be able to browse your documents and upload the relevant file. Once you're happy with the file, if you click on Upload. Once you've accepted your place, you will be sent another email confirming your acceptance and stating the conditions once again. If you have accepted the offer of place and you have booked onto one of our events, you will receive a different email. This again thanks you for accepting your conditional offer, reminds you of the conditions for the course, and lets you know the date, time and campus of the event you have booked onto. As you can see in this email, I've selected a different course, so the requirements have changed. This course requires 4 GCSEs at grade 3 or higher. Had the evidence of those GCSEs been uploaded into your apply portal, the status would have been updated from evidence required to met. If during any stage of your application you have any queries, you can get hold of the course inquiry or admissions team on the number or email address below. Thank you very much for your time today, and I hope this has answered some of your questions.
Okay, so that was a quick video on the different communications that you get sent out. So hopefully the whole process now makes sense to everyone watching. If you've not applied yet, or if you have applied, how all the stages work and why it's beneficial. So I'm going to talk to you quickly about some of the benefits. So you can access your application 24/7. If you've applied, you can literally log back on, and if you need to edit anything, you can do. It's very easy to use, very easy to log back onto. You can accept your offer as soon as you get it. So usually when you get an offer, you get an email sent out to you as well. Usually they do it within a week or so. So you can either accept that offer, or for some reason, if you decided not to, you can also reject that offer, okay? And like Claire showed on that video, you can book onto upcoming events. Usually, as soon as you apply, it lets you book onto future events. But with the pandemic, it's really difficult, so nothing's happening at the moment. So that's blank at the moment. But usually it lets you do that. So that's the benefit of using our portal. So moving on to some of the frequently asked questions that we get from young people. This is quite a popular one that I've had personally myself. I don't have a personal email address. Can I still apply? To answer that question the easiest way possible, to basically apply, you need to have a valid email address. Now, it doesn't have to be a personal one. It can be a school one. That's fine. It can be a parent or guardian or carer that you can use when you're applying. However, I highly encourage you to create a personal email address, which you can use for colleges and future job applications or university, whatever it may be. The reason being is once you apply, we communicate with that email address. So anything that we send out to you will be through that email address. So I'd highly recommend you create one. For some reason, if you can't, that's fine. Use someone's email address that's going to be at your house or where you live, so that they can tell you if we do send you anything. Another question that we get, how many courses can I apply for? We will allow you to apply for a maximum of 3 courses, no more than that. The reason being is we allow you to apply for different courses is you might be on the borderline of doing a computing course or a business course. You might have a passion for both, but you're not sure yet which one you apply for. So you can apply for both, accept your offer for both courses, and then decide which one you want to do once you start with it. So that's that one. So maximum of 3 courses. I can't log into my account to accept an offer, or I've forgotten my username and password or both. If you have any account issues or you can't reset your password for any reason, you can contact our admissions team. I'll give you the number very soon, and there's also an email address you can call, so they can sort that out for you and reset it for you over the phone or email if you're really struggling and you can't do it yourself. Final question, can I transfer to a different campus or course from my first application? Answer to that is yes, you can. So let's just say, for example, you've applied for business studies at the Openshaw campus. All of a sudden you decide you want to study at the Nichols campus. You don't have to make a new application form. Again, you can contact our admissions team or email them saying you want to transfer to a different campus, and they can easily do that for you. Just double check the course you applied for is offered at the campus you're thinking of going. Just double check that. But again, if you're not sure, call our admissions team and they can advise you on what's closest to your house or where you live, and they can advise you on how to go about it as well. They might even say make a new application just so you've got both options open. Okay. Moving on to Connect to College. Many of you would have heard about Connect to College by now. So this is where we have so many resources online. You can find this on tmc.ac.uk. We've got information about different curriculum areas. We've got sessions on employability skills, how you can build your CV, so many things you can do on there. So if you haven't looked at it yet, please, I highly recommend that you go on to Connect to College on the link and you find the different area that you might have applied for or want curriculum that you've applied for. Look at the different resources on there. It's got useful YouTube links, useful videos, further reading, so you can prepare for September once you start with us. It's also got student success stories, so you can have a look at what our current students have said about being at the college, about the department, and how their journey has been. So just a reminder, just to find Connect to College, tmc.ac.uk, you'll find it on a link on our homepage. So that's it from me. But just a reminder, if you do need to get in touch with us, there's 3 different email addresses on there and contact number. So the top one is Schools Liaison Team, so which is myself. If you need any general advice or application support, please take a note of that email address or give us a call on that number. It's usually managed 8:30 till 4:30, Monday to Thursday, and on a Friday, 8:30 till 4 o'clock. Okay, that's with all the teams there. If you have any technical issues or you need to change a course that you've applied for a different campus, you can give our course inquiries team or admissions team a call on 033 33 222 244, or you can send an email at inquiries@tmc.ac.uk. So that's for more technical issues, or if you need to change something, you can give them a call. Because of the pandemic, some of you may not have had one-to-one careers advice yet or interviews. That's fine, you can still get that. So at the bottom there, we've got a careers and guidance team. So if you send them an email, someone will call you and arrange a one-to-one career session over the phone with you. Okay, so if you still not got that, there is still opportunity for you to get that one-to-one advice from our careers team. So if you've logged on a phone, take a screenshot of this page. If you haven't, if you're on your laptop or PC, just take a picture of it so you've got all the information there should you need it. The Schools Liaison team will be around, so if you need that application support or any questions, please do send us an email. And if you want to specify a certain time and a number, please do that and we will get in touch with you. For those of you who are still in school or leaving school, you can follow us on social media. So our Instagram account is TMC School Liaison. So TMC School Liaison, you can follow us on Instagram. We've also got a Twitter account, so which is @SchoolsTeamTMC. So I'm going to repeat that, @SchoolsTeamTMC. You can follow us on social media to get updates as well. So I'm going to pass it over now to Claire. So if you have any questions, Claire will answer that, and I'll also try my best if there's anything that I can pitch in or add on to that. Thank you, Claire.
That's great. Thanks for that, Joe. That was really useful. So yeah, we have had a few questions in. So we'll start with the first one, which is, when are you expected to have made an application?
Okay, so our application portal normally opens on the 1st of October, and you can apply all the way up to mid-July. So you can apply anytime within that period. Obviously, the earlier you apply, the earlier you'll see a tutor or you'll come to an event, you'll have more options in the events you attend.
Okay, fantastic. Then there's a couple questions here about how many applications and how many courses can we apply for?
You can apply for up to 3 courses. If for any reason you do change your mind, you get partway through the year and you decide actually they're not for you and you want to change your applications, if you contact the course inquiry line or email inquiries@tmc.ac.uk, we can change that for you, but you will have to contact the college to add any more, and we'll have to cancel off some of the existing ones.
Okay, fantastic. Next question is about evidence. Do we have to upload evidence when we apply? I think there was a bit on Joe's video about that. It was mentioned there.
Yeah, we do ask if you have the evidence to upload it as soon as possible. As Joe mentioned, it does have a bearing on what level of course you may be offered, or the tutors, when they're looking at your application before they phone you, if they do need to do any kind of interview, they'll be able to look at your qualifications ahead of time. So if you do have them, we do ask that you upload them. But if you're still waiting for them, say you've not even done your GCSEs yet, as long as you bring them in with you when you come to enrol.
Okay, you've just mentioned interviews briefly there. Will interviews take place online or in person? I guess it's going to be a bit different this year, maybe. But
yeah, it does depend on what's happening with COVID. At the moment, we've been doing interviews via telephone, so curriculum teams have been ringing people. You've still been booking your interview times and dates, and they've been ringing you and doing that over the telephone. Next year, some of that may continue. We may have some events on sites. It honestly does depend at this moment in time on what happens with COVID, I'm afraid.
Yeah, of course, no problem. Okay, we've had a question here. If I'm in year 10 going into year 11 in September, When do I need to start looking at applying for college?
If you're going into year 11 in September, you can apply as soon as you want. Like I say, the application portal opens on the 1st of October. If you know exactly what you want to apply for, you can apply then, but you do have time. So if you need to think about it, you can apply a little bit later on in the year.
Fantastic. Okay. What if I forget my login details is the next question.
If you forget your login details, you can either ring the course inquiry line on the number on the screen. I think, is it still on the screen? No, it's not.
Still there.
It is. Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
On the number on the screen, or email inquiries, and they will be able to help you. If you ring us, obviously we can ask you for a few more details, but if you email us, if you could give us your name and at least your date of birth so that we can find the right record and try and help you as much as possible.
Great. Okay. The next question's about when will I find out if my offer has been accepted? I'm guessing that's in terms of sort of timelines, timeframes, when they'll find out.
At the moment, when we're processing them, everybody is being sent a conditional offer depending on various criteria. So it's either the qualifications they need and an interview or an audition or attending a school leaver event. You normally get that within the first 2 or 3 days of having applied. And then you would either have an unconditional offer after your interview, or your course would change depending on the outcome of the interview.
Okay. And then I suppose a bit related to that, I suppose, how do I cancel or change my application, I suppose, prior to it being accepted if they've changed their mind about something?
If you haven't made 3 applications already, you can apply for a new course. You can also go in and update your application to offer declined if you do change your mind. If you're struggling with any of that, again, ring the course inquiry line or drop us an email and we can try and help for you.
Okay, great. One here we've had in, might be difficult to answer now, but you might be able to direct the person into the right direction. What grades are we expected to be able to do courses in biology, chemistry and physics? You don't think you got that one off the top of your head, Claire?
No, I don't have one off the top of my head, I'm afraid. Joe?
Yeah, I'll take this one, Christine. So if it's, I'm guessing just the person meant A levels. We don't provide A levels anymore. We're a technical college, so we offer applied science, which covers all elements of biology, chemistry and physics. So we ask that you have at least 4 GCSEs. The bare minimum for a level 3 course is 4 GCSEs at grade 4 or above, including English or maths. Okay, it might be a bit more specific to the subject, but that's something perhaps we can get details of that person and we can fully answer that. So Kristen, if you can get hold of an email address or a phone number, we can definitely give a definite answer. Okay,
yeah, thanks for that, Joe. Okay, so we've got a couple of questions here about enrolment. Now there is another enrolment session later this week, so if you do want more information on enrolment, then please do visit the website and go to our Couch to College page and join us for that session. I believe it's on a Friday, but there may be one before then, so just check the schedule. But there is a quick question I wonder if you two could answer. Do we still come in to enrol? I guess physically, I think they mean there.
So as far as I know, in terms of enrollment, everything will be done online now. So there is a session on enrollment.
Yeah.
So I think there's one coming up this Thursday as well. You can double check that. So everything will be done online as far as I know. So please don't come into college unless you've been told otherwise. So everything will be done online in terms of enrollment. Can you just confirm that, please, Claire?
Yeah. Yeah. I've got the session, just so you know, for how to enrol is on Friday the 24th of July at 11 AM. So and there's also one, Thursday the 23rd. So Thursday 23rd and Friday the 24th of July, 11 AM. If you join us for those sessions, if you've got questions about enrolment, you can answer them all. I'm sure they'll all be answered in that session there for you. Okay. Okay. Last couple of questions, and again, it's possibly one that might be better answered in that enrolment session. But when will I get my ID badge?
Yeah, so that goes on your enrollment session. You will, get to find out what happens with the enrollment badge and stuff. I'm actually booked onto the one on Friday, so I'll find this information. But yeah, don't worry about it. Once you book onto your session and find out how to enroll, your badge and everything they'll tell you how you'll get it. And I think your pictures, you'll upload it yourselves this year, because obviously with everything going on, you'll upload it yourself and you send one over and everything will be done for you. Hopefully be ready for when you come in for September. Again, things can change. We don't know what's going to happen in September. As far as we know, everything planned as everyone's planned on going back into college and in schools, but we just have to wait and see.
Okay, that's great. Thanks, Joe. The last question is, what support is offered for students? And again, there is another session on this.
Yeah.
I believe actually later tomorrow. Student experience team have got a session tomorrow at 2 p.m. So that's possibly one that's better answered by them. And there is also a session again on Friday at 2 p.m. So again, for those, that's probably one better, unless you've got an answer there, Joe.
Yeah, so I can add in a few things. It'll definitely be worthwhile logging on tomorrow to the student experience session. But we have a wide range of support. So each campus has its own kind of head of student support. It has its own learning mentors, its own student mentors, achievement tutors. We've also got transition officers. So if you're really struggling and worried about starting a college with so many different people, with so many new faces, teachers, that's fine. Just when you do speak to someone, just mention it to us and we can arrange that support for you. There's so many people, we have so many members of staff all there to help you. So anyone that's got a Manchester College lanyard on, they will happily help you. And you just have to ask the question and we'll arrange that for you. But definitely book on to tomorrow's session. And did you say on Friday as well? Sorry, Christian.
Yes, there was. Yeah, there was one later in the week as well.
And then you can explore the different support that we have available at the Manchester College.
Brilliant, that's great. I think that's all for the questions. Yeah, there's no more that have come through. So thanks, Joe and Claire, and thank you all for joining us this morning. If you'd like to find out more about the Manchester College, then we've got, as we've just mentioned there, some more live online Couch to College events taking place up until this Friday. So that includes sessions on student experience, work experience, the Duke of Edinburgh, how to enroll, and loads more. So if you to find out more and register, just visit tmc.ac.uk and then click the Couch to College links that are there on our homepage. So once again, thank you very much for attending this morning, and we're really looking forward to you joining us in September.
Christian, sorry, can I just add a few points just before you finish?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Sorry, apologies.
So, thank you from the Schools Liaison team as well. I know for those of you who are in year 11 or year 10, I know it's been a very challenging 3-4 months for you, learning online and dealing with all the home stuff as well. So we wish you all the best for your results day, and those of you in year 10, we're going to try our best to work with you next year, give you that expert advice on your post-16 options. So please don't worry, everything will fall into place, and we really look forward to seeing you in September, and all the best with your results. Thank you.
Great, thank you everyone.